I did it the wrong orientation. Hang on. Hi, everyone. Give us a second. We're new to this, so we got to change. Oh, no, we don't want to get rid of the video. How do I change the orientation?
Like you have to preset up the orientation?
I guess so. Maybe I did it wrong. Nope. Hi. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to do this. Let's see.
Well, we can do vertical, right?
Yeah, I guess so. That's a green screen. Okay, let's not do that.
You can put a dinosaur behind me.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I just did. Oh wait, here we go. None. How do I change the orientation? Does anyone know how to change the orientation on the live?
Or maybe I'll just get part of us.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can set this up better. Okay.
I'm not seeing anything on here.
You're not seeing any comments come through? I see some. Someone said, hey, hey.
Hey, boyer. Shiana.
Okay, hang on. Let's see. I'm going to try. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, there we go. I see me.
You see you?
Oh, it's me.
Okay.
Hi.
I don't know how to change the orientation. That's really frustrating.
Except it looks really delayed.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit delayed on there, I think. Okay, I'm going to try something. Just a second. Hang on, everyone. Just a minute.
I'm kind of out of the shot. Let me see. I got to be over here.
Okay, I can end the stream and try to do a horizontal one. I think that's the only way to do it. Should we just keep it? Okay. Well, then let me get a little bit.
You just have to sit right here.
Yeah. Okay. Someone else says, hey, Echo Video. Okay. Hi, everyone. Oh, sorry. I'm actually a little bit nervous. This is the first time we've ever done a live.
We don't even know you people. This is kind of fun.
This is incredible. We've been so grateful for the awesome community that's been building here. It's been so much fun to share our adventures through Sweden with you guys. So yeah, and we're excited to answer questions today. Let me pull up my notes.
Yeah, who the heck are we?
Okay. I feel like, where did my questions go? Okay. Can you see me in the frame?
Yeah, yeah.
We're in the frame. Okay. Everything's going okay. So, first questions. Do you see any more coming through? We can see if there's...
No, I can't see them on here. I'm not sure what's going down.
Okay. Hang on. Let's go here. Let me turn this down.
There's no chat. Oh, you have to be in the app, I think.
Yep. You gotta be in the app. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Made it a hey.
I love it. Okay. What does made it a hey mean?
Well, they said hey, which is like, you're cheering for somebody, but they meant to put hey, just like hi.
Aha.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So one of the most burning questions that we've had is, what is our connection to Sweden? And like, why did we choose to come to Sweden and Scandinavia in general? So I'm going to let you start that story.
Yeah. Well, back in 2008, I got called as a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to come to Sweden for 2 years. And so I learned the language, and I was like, man, if I got this gift from God, I've got to share it. I don't want to let it go. So I ended up teaching my kids Swedish. They obviously have Swedish names. We read Swedish books together. We talk in Swedish to each other. We talk with Swedes. We have an old friend in Västerås who we talk with all the time. She's farmors like an adopted grandma.
Yep.
And so Sweden is like an integral part of our lives. We love it. Every 6 months we have a conference for our church called General Conference, and we celebrate it by making Swedish pancakes.
Yes.
But apparently we eat it wrong.
We did it wrong.
We do Swedish pancakes with like vispgrädde, but we sweeten it, which I found that you shouldn't do in Sweden because it's sweetened by the sylt that you put on. But we haven't been using sylt. We just use the fresh berries,
Yep.
which according to Swedes, is, okay, but weird. So whatever, we do it weird, but
We'll
that's how
also
we do it.
do a chocolate sauce, and sometimes we do very American style like Nutella and.
But we found chocolate sauce at
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
all
saying.
you
That's
can eat,
like
yeah.
a traditional thing to do the chocolate sauce, and then, but we don't do the jam. Like we haven't really done the.
I don't know, the jams here are pretty tasty.
But yeah,
It's kind of hard to find good
it's
ones.
very, very nice. So, but yeah, we'll have to adapt a little bit. Although I really do like the fresh fruit.
Yeah, man,
Really
the
do.
fruit here is amazing.
But so to go back to speaking Swedish to the kids real fast. So from the moment, like he decided when he got home from his mission, he was like, I gotta keep this language. And so he decided before we were even married that his kids were gonna speak Swedish. And so
It's just a good thing she's willing to come along,
which was, I loved it. I thought it was wonderful. And from the moment I was pregnant, you were talking to my belly and speaking Swedish to the babies. And so it was actually go ahead.
Yeah. So with our first, with Thomas, so I spoke Swedish to him a lot while he was in the womb. And then when he was born, he's screaming like babies do, that babies scream, whatever. And so I wasn't like talking to him to try to calm him down. I was just talking to him. But I was speaking in English, and Chelsea says, say it in Swedish. So then I spoke to him in Swedish, and he like stopped. He calmed down, and he sort of turned toward me. And then from then on, I was like, man, that's pretty amazing. Like, we've connected in Swedish. Yeah. So I don't know, for Americans, that's new. I know that you guys in Sweden, you obviously speak Swedish and English and probably a couple other languages. But in America, we just speak English most of the time.
Yep. I think that's been so cool. Like that's one of the coolest things that I've loved about being here is that there's so many languages, and it's so like I've never like felt very like lost, if that makes sense. Like there's been some things that I haven't been able to translate and whatnot. Obviously I've had my Google Translate app, which has been my friend, but pretty much anyone I've been able to ask speaks English. If I need to ask for directions, or like in the grocery store, like what a certain item is, or checking out, that was another thing. Often, even at the self-checkouts, they had like an English option to be able to read it in English. So that was pretty nice. But yeah. So yeah, Sweden has been, from the beginning of our marriage, has been an important part. So the rule of thumb was always that you speak Swedish with Papa, and then we speak English as a family. But I don't think our kids really speak Swedish to each other on their own. It's always like as a group with Papa.
Yeah, that's kind of the limitation, is that really it's not actually pure svenska, it's more like Kasiska, both because of the accent and because I'm not Swedish, so I don't know a lot of the phrases and the cultural things. Like
you've learned a lot coming here. There's been a lot.
I've learned a lot. Like what's amazing is the reminder that a language is not just the spoken part. The language and culture go hand in hand. Like they're both necessary, And I haven't grown up with the Swedish culture, so of course we're limited in our Swedish. But I mean, our kids can still hold the conversation. We just sent our kids to the grocery store, and they were able to ask an employee for where the milk is and whatnot. So it's been working out. We'll learn. The more we come, the more we'll learn.
Yeah. So they've done really well. And some people have asked us like how our kids have adapted to having like been taught by an American who learned Swedish and then coming to Sweden and speaking Swedish. And for the most part, they can communicate really well with other kids. It's the elders, I think that they have a harder time with. The older generation. Sometimes they don't understand either because they're speaking like older Swedish, I guess, or just using words that they're not familiar with, or it's too fast or something like that. They speak too fast.
Yeah. No, it's not that they speak too fast. They use older Swedish, and then they also don't know English. So if the kids don't know how to express something, they can't just default to English.
The ones that don't know English, I guess. But
so pass svårt är det.
But we also had a question. Someone's saying, but no family ties. I mean, before your ancestors came to America. Yes. So
we do actually.
Casey does have Swedish.
I think that it's my farmors mormor. So that's like 4 generations. So what? I'm like 64% Swedish or something.
Not even that.
Or not 64, like 30, yeah.
Yeah, like, because I have Native American in my blood, my grandfather.
Oh, a 64th, that's what I was trying to say.
Because I was going to say, I'm a 64th, but that's my grandpa.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't even know if you would.
Just a tiny.
Anyway,
I have Swedish in my blood, yeah.
Swedish in his blood. In fact, there is a Kung Magnus in our bloodline.
And Pettersson is the last name.
Yeah. So that's quite fun. Let's see. Let me make sure there's no other questions because I was gonna switch to. So another question that we had was, how is it for me with everybody speaking Swedish, where with Casey and the kids speaking Swedish? And I guess because like it's always been there, like from the beginning of having kids, I've gotten very used to it. I think the thing that I struggle with is I've actually gotten to a point now that the kids have grown up more. When they were toddlers, um, I was able to be like in on that conversation, and still when he speaks to our toddler boys, like I can understand most of what he's saying. I couldn't really repeat it to you if you asked me to, but I
Well,
know.
but it's mostly contextual clues.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying much more than like, hey, stop bickering, stop stealing the toy,
Or we need to change
eat
your
your
diaper.
freaking food.
Or we need to change your diaper, or let's come over here, or here let's play with the flygplan or the Beal, or anyway. So it's like I know toddler Swedish, I guess you could say, and I can spout out words, but like putting it in a sentence, I struggle with. But as the kids have gotten older and they've had more back and forth conversations with Casey, I have actually found myself like checking out a little bit. I follow it sometimes, but I'll just kind of go into my own world, and the thing that I struggle with is interrupting them in the middle of a conversation.
Because she already checked out, so she doesn't know that we're talking. And then she's like, hey, Casey, and she just goes on. I'm like, hold on.
It's
we're
like,
having
hey,
a
God,
conversation.
we're having a conversation. I'm like, oh yeah, like I have to remember that you're in the middle of a conversation. But like Swedish, sometimes I'll just like, it's one of those things that I've tuned out sometimes. So I want to get better at it though, and especially coming here has helped me like have more of a drive to want to learn it more. I did like Duolingo and some apps for a long time, and so I feel like I can probably read Swedish and do that better than I can like put together my own words and make a sentence, if that makes sense. Because you've helped me with the pronunciations a lot, and I can read a word and know what that means.
Yeah.
Fairly, some of it. Okay, let me see. It says, when your husband speaks Swedish, I can't hear an American accent.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe you just haven't listened enough. It'll come out.
It does come out. But also, when you are here, every time you come to Sweden, I feel like your accent gets a lot better.
Yeah, if you guys keep following in the next, when we go home from Sweden, I'll keep it for a little bit. And then eventually, when I'm not around it, I'll just sound American again.
It'll drop off. Actually,
Det blir väldigt svårt.
We had a really cool experience with Kaisa. We were in an area, and she anyway, she had the opportunity to play with some Swedish kiddos that only knew Swedish. They didn't know English yet, and so she got a really, really great accent for those 10 days. I feel like she's lost it a little bit now. Yeah. But anyway, so we're excited. We have some fun things coming up to share with you guys. Obviously, we're a little bit behind on the vlog as we're living life and trying to edit everything, but we've just really been trying to soak up the time that we have here. And so yeah, so anyway, things are obviously a little bit delayed there. But
dude, Sweden is just so gorgeous. I just love like when we're on the trains and buses, just staring out the window and appreciating the nature. And I love the little houses that are like, you know, spotted throughout the woods and whatnot. So pretty. Oh, so pretty.
It's so pretty. Many times as we're on buses, we're just like loving it. And then it's like, when we go home to America, like we're gonna miss it.
It's a different type of beauty in America. It's not the same. There's still beautiful stuff and still green trees, but yeah, not like in Sweden. It's good here.
But also I wonder if like the trains and buses, some of the paths that we've gone through feel like we're going through, I don't know, like it feels different than the roadways and like the scenery that you get sometimes.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Well, the roads stay close to industrial stuff because that's where we're driving us to stores.
Sometimes, depending on like when. Anyway, but yeah, anyway, so I'm curious because when we drive in the States, I feel like we don't come across big, beautiful places like we've come across as frequently in Sweden. Yeah. Okay, so someone said the word sounds pretty similar to and o is similar to the word o, and the word is similar to the word just little tricks from me, but this is similar, so you need a little tweak a little bit. I appreciate that. Thank you. I am always like, okay, wait, what does this one say? The and And then yeah, it's been fun.
Oh, Echo Video says you guys need to experience the Swedish winter.
Okay, we've literally been talking about that.
Yeah. Well, we came in the summer, and it's funny because lots of Swedes joke like, well, Sweden will come on a Wednesday, you know. But I think this year it was actually quite a bit longer. We had like a week and a half where it was too hot for me. I'm like trying to sleep, and in the apartment that we're in, there wasn't a lot of airflow even with the doors open. And so I was just dying. I'm only sleeping like 3 hours a night because I'm just sweating like crazy.
Okay. But this is a guy who, he actually came back in January. He was in Sweden in January, and he only used a light sweater, and that was it.
And it was like 0 degrees out. It felt so good.
And he loved it.
It was
so take that as you will. I do feel like we've had days that have been warm, but
yeah, that was hot, man. It wasn't 40, but it was 20, 27, and that's too much for me. 28, jeez.
Yeah. Yep. And he says, Echo Video says, pitch black in the winter, day to night. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the summer's been interesting too, that it's been so much sun. Maybe you guys have experienced this, like
so much sun.
This, like trying to get your kids down, So back in the States, we were used to putting the kids down around 9 p.m. or so.
No, like the little boys went down around like 7, 8 at the
7
latest.
or 8, yeah, well maybe 9.
And
yeah.
then the big kids around.
But
9
then
10.
here, we couldn't even get them to consider going to bed until around 11:30 because they're like, it is bright, man, it's playtime.
Yeah, that first week was rough with the light and everything.
The week, it was like the first month.
Yeah, well the first.
Well, okay, it was worse than the first week.
Yeah, it's been good. Anyway, we're more used to it now, though. I feel like the kids are sleeping even when it's light outside, so that's good.
Yeah.
Someone asked real fast before we get to past it, says, where are you guys from? So we are from Arizona originally, is where I grew up. I guess you grew up in Arizona too. He moved to our town, my small town of Snowflake, Arizona, when he was, how old are you?
16.
16?
Yeah, I grew up in Phoenix, big city Phoenix. I think that's probably where my aversion to cities came from. Feels like a concrete jungle. So then when I moved up to Snowflake, it was nice. I actually got like some wilderness and outside of the concrete,
Yep. So, and then, so that's where we met. We met in high school, and then we lived there until college. We went to Utah for a time, so our older kids kind of claim Utah a little bit more because all 3 of them were born in Utah.
They were born and raised there for 9 years.
We were there for a total of 10 or 11.
Yeah, 11 years, I think.
And then we moved back to Arizona for 2 years and lived there. And then after that is when we bought our RV in 2022.
Mm.
And we started RVing and going and traveling all around the states. So right now we've visited, I think it's 36 states, something like that. And we've been having this travel lifestyle for about 3 years. And because we live in an RV, we don't get the regular date night, or if we do, it's like at home. And so because of that, every 3 months, one of us will get like a trip to go out. So sometimes it's a weekend, sometimes it's a week. And so this past year in January, Casey, we were talking, it was his turn to go out, and we're like, where should we go? Like, what should he, like, what do you think we should do?
She looked up flights and found a cheap flight. So we have like a number amount for every 3 months, how much we can spend to head out. And it met the number amount for me to fly to Sweden alone. And I was like, geez, why not?
So, and we have some friends here, and so he called him up and was like, hey, what if I come visit and hang out at your place for a week? And he was like, heck yeah. So,
which it's easy to stay at somebody's place if it's just you.
If it's just you.
Like now coming here with wife and kids, like
there's 7 of us.
Who's gonna house 7 people? And they're freaking crazy to boot, you know?
Oh, and 5, and we still have little kids, and so it can be hard. We're definitely a sight to be seen for sure. But that was what started sorry, I cut you off. We'll go back to that in a second. But that's what started this whole idea of this trip, was because we've been wanting, like, we knew we wanted to bring our family to Sweden. And it's been a dream of ours for a long time. It's been a dream of ours to have it like a summer home here. We would love that. And so when he went in January, I definitely got a little bit jealous. But then I was starting to think about, geez, like, we're living a travel lifestyle. We're living a mobile lifestyle. Like, we have nothing tying us down right now. He works from home. I homeschool. So why not go? And so we started looking into tickets, and we were able to book it far enough in advance that it wasn't super expensive, and we used credit card points. Oh, this was another question we got, was kind of how do we afford this like travel lifestyle? So the biggest expense, hang on, I'm getting sidetracked. I'll go back to the expenses in just a minute. This is a thing with me that I go from one conversation to another really fast.
I think they're tracking.
But anyway, so we ended up booking that trip, and we decided to stay for 3 months because we were like, because we live travel lifestyle anyway. So a lot of our expenses just transferred over to being here, and so anyway, it worked.
Basically, the thought process was like, we're traveling around in America, why not travel in Sweden for a bit, you know? So like fuel for our vehicles, instead of paying for that, we're just paying for like bus and train
Public
travel
transport.
here. Instead of paying for campgrounds, we're paying for Airbnbs, which admittedly are slightly more.
Well, a lot more. And that's the other thing, is that we used credit card points for flights and to help with like Airbnbs and stuff. And that's made it much more affordable. And then also the kind of months leading up to it, we knew we were coming here. We have like a budget for excursions and fun things that we do as we travel. And so we knew coming up to, like, we were coming to Sweden. So we saved up for a couple of months before too, and didn't do as many excursions, and saved money so that we could spend it here.
Man, it's been a blast. Well, and then another question that I get, or at least while we're traveling around, is like, so you must work from home then? And I do, yeah. I've been working from home for about 10 years. I do software development, which is great. So I just kind of set my own schedule and work when I need to work, you know. And so we've been able to, especially here, being ahead of America, which is where my job is based, makes it so that I can work some in the morning before they're awake. And so I get in what I need to get in. And then later on, when I have to get on meetings and whatnot, I do that. And then they give me, you know, urgent tasks or whatever. And then I can kind of do those. So I split my work time too. Before we go out, then we go out and have some fun. And then I come back for meetings and working into the night.
Yeah. So, and you have like, pretty much we get home and we can have dinner, and then you've got all of your meetings and stuff.
Yeah, which I hate meetings. Meetings are the lamest.
Work meetings stink. Okay, let's see. Hang on. Let's see. I gotta go back. A lot of people have commented. Let's see. Pitch Black Adventure. You guys make a cute couple. Aw, thank you.
It's mostly her. If I'm on my own, it's less cute.
Let's see. When I look at videos from Americans in Sweden, they almost only visit the big town and say, "This is Sweden." But I think that if you want to know Sweden, then you should visit the small towns. I agree.
Yeah, man, the small towns is where it's at anyway. The struggle too, though, is that like if you're going to a new country and you don't know it very well, you're not going to have heard about the small towns, and unless you know somebody there, it's difficult to get there or have a reason to go there. Kind of like when a lot of people from Europe come to America, they know Los Angeles, Miami, New York City, you know, and like you're not going to go to Snowflake, Arizona, because you have no reason for it. So that's why we're trying to get to know more people, you know, so that we can get out to the smaller places.
Yep.
Because that's really where the magic is, you know.
It is. And the thing is too, is that when you, at least like, you know, as I've looked at Sweden and seen it, like you see all the iconic stuff and you're like, I want to go there and I want to see that. And so I still do like experiencing those things, but the touristy stuff gets tiring really fast, I think. And especially for our small family, our little boys can get tuckered out real fast. And so we try to definitely see those things, but also focus in on other points. And so, yeah.
Well, more to develop that point though, like I feel that, I mean, I agree when they come to like only Stockholm and they're like, this is Sweden, you know, it doesn't quite capture it.
No, it doesn't.
But the reason it doesn't is because it's you guys, it's the Swedes
the people
that really make Sweden. So like when people ask, where's been your favorite place? I mean, I don't know, the places are nice, but like
they're all beautiful.
It's the people we get to be with that I really remember. And in fact, when our kids tried to help me remember an area, they're like, do you remember when? They talk about people. Do you remember when we were with this person doing this? That place was cool. So like we reference areas.
Or when we met these people.
Yeah, like, based on the positive emotional experiences we've had with the people.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see, that was from Mr. Moon Clips, that question. So let's see.
Håkan says the cold in Sweden depends on where in the country you are. Yeah. Down to -20 and 30. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Maybe I'd wear a jacket and some socks then.
I guess you were in Stockholm for a little bit, and then you went down to Göteborg.
Yeah. So
when
I never.
you in January.
The only time I've been farther north than Stockholm was when we visited Uppsala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Okay. Hi, have you done? This is from Susie HK.
Oh, Släktforskning, Susie.
Have you done genealogical research on your Swedish roots, and do you know which places in Sweden they are from, and maybe you have relatives living in Sweden today? You know what, we forgot to really look on that, but you did on your mission.
While I was on my mission, I went to a Släktforskning Center, and we found out that I have a living relative, not really relative.
I mean, distant,
we're like,
but like
we're like ninth cousins or something.
But
If you
still.
go back 9 generations, it loops in. And so I tried to visit her. It didn't end up working out. But I think that most of my relatives are from someplace in the northwest, like north of Uppsala, even that level. But I don't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up. I'll get back to you guys about that.
We'll need to, we didn't really make that, well, we haven't made that a priority yet. I wonder if we can make that happen, but
Yeah.
that would be really cool. We're going to look more into that. Okay, Echo says, yes, that's a sad trend on YouTube. People think Stockholm is everything.
Yeah, it's not. Stockholm is an okay. It's a nice representation of the touristy part of Sweden.
Yes.
But Stockholm does not represent the beauty of the people and the areas here.
Agreed. Okay, Mac.
By the way, that's not an insult to Stockholm. We love you guys from there. Okay.
We love Stockholm and we love the city, and I think it is beautiful. And at least for us and our family and how many kids we have, we crave country. But that's always been our thing. And even when we're RVing in the States, we go and visit the big cities for like 1 or 2 days, and then we spend the rest of the time playing in the country.
There's still a lot of stuff around Stockholm,
Yeah.
though. Like when we went down to Södertälje, that's pretty out there. Västerhaninge, Gubbängen area. So we've been around to some smaller areas too.
Did we go to Södertälje?
Oh no, we never
You
made it
did.
there. Yeah, I did. No, you're right. We didn't get to go there.
Because we came back when we had been married a year, and we visited Södertälje.
Yeah, so
then.
yeah. Well, that's where the temple is out in Södertälje.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. You all need to be some kind of superhumans. I would crash after half day and really impressed looking at the videos. Really good parents.
Lundqvist, that's
You're
from
very sweet. Okay, yeah, that's from Mac. How do you say his last name?
Lundqvist.
Lundqvist.
I think. I don't know. It has a yeah.
Um,
Mac, where are you from? Let us know. Is that a Swedish last name, Lundqvist?
it sounds like it.
Yeah.
But we do crash, honestly. Like there are days where it's like we only go out for a couple of hours, and so it's not so bad. And then there's days where, depending on like public transport and how long it takes us to get places, like Stockholm was actually really great because it was only about like a 20 to 30 minute bus ride. But Gotland was longer bus ride. It took us like 30-40 minutes sometimes to get anywhere. And so depending on the bus ride, the travel there and back can make it harder, and depending how long we stay out. And so, but what we do, and this is why we wanted to come for many weeks and many months, is because I knew with our family and how we live our lifestyle, we can do like 1, maybe 2 days exploring, and then we need a rest day. And so during the week, so like Stockholm, for example, we had 10 days, I think, that we were there. And I mean, we flew in and we crashed so hard. And of course we were dealing with jet lag that week as well. But we had a rest day the next day. We didn't go anywhere the day after, except grocery shopping.
Which you guys saw that, huh?
And then we had a rest day, and then we went out to Stockholm one day, and we did 2 days back to back because I got a Go City Pass thing, and it was like consecutive days. So we did 2 days back to back, and then we had, I think, a rest day, maybe 2 rest days, I can't remember. And then we went to Uppsala, and then we had a rest day, and then we went back to Stockholm and did Unibacken, and then had a rest day, and then a moving day. And so we have a lot of days of resting in between. There's not much going on those days. I guess you guys can let me know if you'd like to see what our rest days look like, but
Yeah, I was gonna say we only show you when we do fun activities.
Yeah, the fun things.
But like the in between, we're like,
resting.
We're just chilling at home. I'm lying on the couch telling the kids to stop jumping on my face.
Well,
you know?
those are also really big work days for you
Yeah.
and work days for me. And so like we're having work days, but the kids get to run around and play we go to parks and playgrounds and different things like that, or we watch shows and stuff. So we are resting in between.
We've been in, yeah, but you guys watch shows. I don't like movies.
Yeah, you're not any.
But if you snuggle with me, I like watching.
Okay. Let's see. I'm in Uppsala, everybody says, but if my parents I'm in Uppsala, but if I'm my parents, then when it's winter I can see the snow. Oh yeah.
Echo, you are not your parents, I can tell you that.
I think you mean if I'm at my parents.
Oh, if you're at your parents, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, well I didn't get to see any snow when I was here in January. Well, I were in
Göteborg.
Yeah, I wasn't up north enough. I was in Stockholm and Göteborg. But I was also down in Kungsbacka, and apparently in the last like 10 years or so, they've just gotten less and less snow. And that's not cool. Like if it's that cold without snow, you can't even go like snowboarding.
I've always said if it's gonna be cold, it has to snow to make it worth it.
Might as well be worth it.
Okay.
Håkan Norlings.
And the nature in the north of Sweden is like to be a postcard in nature, like in the north of USA and Canada.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
I know we really feel like we're missing out because we're not going to make it up that far north. But I mean, well, as a missionary, I got to go up to Gävle, but I've never been up to like Luleå. There are missionaries up in Luleå, and that's pretty far north.
Yeah.
We'd like to go up there, but actually, lady who doesn't like cold, just told me that at some point she'd be okay going to the ice castle.
I want to go to the ice
or the
castle.
ice hotel or whatever.
But it would be worth it because we're gonna be in ice.
That'd be
castle.
tight.
Like
there'd be so many monies.
One of our friends are telling us that it's like a huge thing because it melts every year, and then it's like a huge thing who gets to like design it and like create it. And anyway, it sounds awesome. So when we ever come back in the winter, that's gonna be a priority to hit that place up.
Yeah, boy.
Can we see Half Please by the Sky Was Pink? I don't know what that means. Or pink.
Can you clarify? Sky Was Pink, what the half is?
Yes. Okay. Echo video you said, and I really dislike when they only try meatballs and they don't even eat the lingonberry sauce.
Okay, but like, so in the States, when you're traveling around, if you're at an amusement park or really anywhere, it's like French fries and hamburger. And chicken nuggets. That is everywhere. They have a kids menu, chicken nuggets and French fries. That's kind of how it is in Sweden. Like it's hard to get away from the meatballs and it's hard to get away from the pancakes. That's just what they always offer.
So good. I think it's way better than hamburgers and hot dogs.
But like you gotta understand that like putting sylt on your köttbullar doesn't make much sense in the States.
It's a weird thing in the States. So the only
I love it now that I've experienced it. But like in the States, you wouldn't even consider it.
The only time you really ever eat jam with meat is Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah. You put cranberry sauce on your meats, but it is not.
Even then, a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah, even then, like a lot of Americans don't. Like I don't think I've ever had cranberry sauce with my turkey.
You should try it.
I know. But the first time he was like, no, you have to eat the lingonberry with a meatball. I was like, what? This is savory and this is sweet. This doesn't work. But I love it now. And I've loved, because like we've only ever done the silt, the jam. But here, and at least at some of the restaurants we've been to, I can't remember where it was. Was it Unibacken or was it somewhere? Oh no, it was the Vasa Museum. Those were good meatballs. I really enjoyed those. But it's the real berries. And it was so good. It was so fresh, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can never do the silt again. I want the fresh berries."
I still prefer the silt.
Really? Yeah. Oh, I love the fresh berries.
Dude, I love it. I try to teach my kids to eat with a knife. So you put the fork upside down, and then you get like the meatball. You scoop the mashed taters on with the lingonberry.
Gotta get a bite of everything.
And they're like, nah. They just like pick up the meatballs, and then they leave the sauce and the lingonberry. So yeah, totally.
They're missing out.
To your chagrin, that's exactly what they do.
Okay, Casey. I'm gonna butcher your last name.
Oh, it looks German, maybe. Mirror?
But great first name. We like the name Casey.
Hey, Casey, I'm Casey.
Have the children have a chance to eat Saturday candy?
Lördagsgodis!
Yes.
Jo, men det är klart. Och på lördag till och med. Yeah, we forgot about it until we were at a friend's house, and then they're like, it's Saturday, we gotta go get lördagsgodis. And then we're like, what is that even? And then it was like this holy moment that they got to teach us about.
Yeah.
Like, And then when we went there, there were like already people picking out their goodies. And they're like, "You're here for lördagsgodis? Here for lördagsgodis." And they're like, "All right, we'll wait on the side." We let them have their sacred moment of picking out their candy, and then they vacate the godis area so that we can go in.
Well, we were the big group.
And then we went in and got our godis, and everybody waited. Like, it's this sacred moment. It was so fun.
Everybody's gotta get lodies.
Love it.
Or goodies. Yeah. Yes, and I feel like even like we have totally been eating like we're on vacation. Like we got here, I mean, you guys saw in our Stockholm video, we got here and like we've just always been craving all of the Swedish treats, the dammsugare, the princess torta,
Marabou.
the marabou, and so like we got here and it was just like gorge on Swedish treats.
And princess torta and saft, yep.
And so we've definitely been eating like we're on vacation.
Well, but man, I mean, we're here. We're gonna miss that stuff. Like when we fly back, there's no saft in the States. There's no princess torta. We have
saft at IKEA. It's just
it's
very
not
limited
quite the
selection.
same,
Yeah,
and it's Americanized.
But
But like
it's imported.
Okay. We have a friend though who is Swedish, and well, she's in Arizona now, so it'll be hard to get there. But she runs a Swedish bakery, and so she'll make semlor if you special order them. Oh, semlor is my favorite.
I got him semlor one January. I got a ton, and it was like heaven. It was so good.
I love semlor, man.
Like, you had semlor back in January when you were here.
Yeah, I totally did. Yeah, I only ate 4 of them though, which wasn't enough. And I don't like sharing semlor. Like, if somebody wants to eat semlor with me, no, you get your own, you know?
Okay. Next question is from Bo Wallen, or I don't know if it's a question.
Hur bra känns det att era videos har så mycket trafik? Jo, det känns bra. We actually didn't expect it.
Wait, what did you say?
Oh,
you
sorry.
can translate.
Yeah, how good does it feel that your videos are getting so many views?
Oh.
I mean, it feels great that like, you know, you Swedes are here with us. We love it.
We're loving this. Like, it's such an incredibly kind-hearted community. It's so wonderful.
Well, I mean, if you go back and look at our other videos of us being in the RV in the States, dude, some of the American comments
gotten some hate.
Are aggressive, you know? They're like, how dare you stick your kids in that tiny little home? But I think that you guys in Sweden understand how it is to live in a smaller place. And so it's not
compact
weird.
Living
it's not weird for you, but like, you know, some of the armchair warriors in America who think that you have to have 3,000 square feet, they're like, stop stuffing your kids in this RV. They're like sardines. And I
will tell you,
come on.
Like, there's been a few places where it's like, because in Stockholm and even in Gotland, like we had enough beds for everyone, but they were like wanting to share beds and like stay and like sleep in the
kids
same
prefer
place.
sleeping together.
They prefer wanting, because anyway, they don't know. Anyway, you can take what someone said. You can take the kid out of the RV, but you can't take the RV out of the kid. They enjoy sleeping by their family.
So hur bra känns det? How does it feel? We love it. We love that you guys are here. It's lots of fun. She's heading up the project. She's been doing this for 3 or 4 years. On and off.
Been more consistent this past year.
Yeah, she just wanted to post videos as kind of like an online journal type thing, more for her.
Yeah, it started as like, when we started RVing, I was like, man, we're experiencing so many awesome experiences and I don't want to forget this. Like, and so I just started documenting and just capturing all of the fun things. And I'm like, I want to just put it together, because not often do we go back and like, we look at our photos, but like I wanted a little like video for each kind of experience that we had. And then I started posting a little bit on Instagram, and I tried vlogging back in like 2020 a little bit. And that was a lot of fun, but then we had a baby, and I stopped when I had the baby because it was a lot. But yeah, so it's definitely like, it started as like, I just want to collect these family memories and to have them for all of the adventures that we have. And if people choose to come along for the ride, then we would love that. But so yeah, it's been really, really fun and really enjoyable and unexpected. Like, I actually didn't really expect that the Swedes would care very much that we were here, but they have, and I love it, and I love it so much. And so it's been quite fun, and also like, we've been getting so much good information and tips and everything from the Swedes, like in the comments in our videos. And so that's been really, really cool.
Well, it's also fun because you guys know the areas better than we do.
Yeah.
And so as we're trying to navigate, every new area, our first day, we always make some sort of mistake and get lost and get off at a wrong stop or whatever. And you guys are like, why don't you just take this stop? It would have been faster. Like, why didn't you just travel with us? That would have made it easier,
Would have made it easier. Yep, for sure. Okay, let me see. We have some more comments here.
That's what it is. Okay, Mac says Lindqvist is a pretty common last name. Spell it with a K instead of a Q. I haven't seen it with a Q before. I usually see it with a K.
And then up here, Echo Video says, my name is Per.
Hey, Per.
Per. It's Swedish version of the name Per.
Sort of like
there.
We know a Per, but it's spelled P-E-R.
P-E-R.
I've never seen it spelled with A. Did you just write that so we could pronounce it, or it's spelled P-A-R?
Do you guys like puns? I have a personal name. Don't take my name. Per så personligt.
Per så personligt. I love that. That's a good pun.
Great name. You can get good Swedish candy at the World Market.
At the World Market. Well, and we're finding out that Swedish godis is becoming more of a thing in the States now. We ran into a place in Pennsylvania called Swedish. And apparently the guy came to Sweden, loved the godis, and just decided to start a store about it. And so, we of course indulged there. That was nice. But then we left Pennsylvania, and so we haven't gotten Swedish godis until we came back here again.
Yep. He says, yes, I spell my name like that.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so we have a comment on here from the safety box that says, avoid Swedish tap water. Do you want to go into that?
Safety box, you're just joshing us, man. Okay, so I think that's worth addressing.
We do need to go into this because that's kind of the video that took off. Guys, literally, it was like 30 seconds in there about water, which just blows my mind. But all of the comments were like, you don't have to buy bottled water. You can drink the tap water. So first of all, coming from America, it is you should not drink the tap water. It is awful. There's chemicals and blah, 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 all this stuff in it. So we have an RO filter, reverse osmosis filter in our RV, and especially in RVs and parks, and we have 3 filters in our RV before the water gets to drinking. And we love our RO water. Casey has a very sensitive stomach and has had lots of tummy issues basically her whole life.
I'm a baby. Things hurt me.
And so coming here, when he came back in January, he did drink the water here, and it hurt his stomach as well. And so
and we also understand that it depends on the area.
It depends on the area, but we also know that travel can affect your stomach. There's so many factors. And so when we got here, he tried the water in our apartment, and immediately, I don't know how much detail you want to go into.
I can feel it, man. It upsets my stomach. And so I did an experiment. I drank the water for a day or two, which put me in the bathroom quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then I drank bottled water, but I had to check the different brands because I know that most of it is just tap water.
Well, and that's the thing. We tried 5 different brands before we found one where you actually were okay, this one's okay.
And then so we found that Imstal was actually felt pretty good, and there was another one that I don't remember. Anyway, so I drank that for a couple days, and I wasn't on the toilet as much. And then I went back to drinking the tap water, and then I was on the toilet a lot.
Sorry, go ahead.
And so anyway, maybe it was just that particular place in Stockholm that wasn't great, but.
Also traveling, you had just traveled, which does weird things to your digestive system. So that could have been a part of it, because we have noticed every new place that we go to, he tries the water and it kind of adjusts in how you do it. And so anyway, there are some places where he's been able to drink the water and it's been fine, and other places where he's nope, I need to get some bottled water.
Well, and I can tell too.
Sorry, go ahead.
Because like I said, I've grown up with stomach issues, and so I've had to learn certain things hurt my body in certain ways, and I can taste the water if it's going to hurt me, and I hate that feeling. So I bought bottled water. I'm unapologetic about it. I know that
except for the microplastics.
I know that there are microplastics, which I hate. I hate buying bottled water. Trust me, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I'd rather filter the water. But not only is it just the quality of the water at the source is one thing. I don't actually know how the piping here is in Sweden. You can tell me. But in America, I don't trust the piping. How old is it? Has it been broken? Have they replaced it? Is it lead crap? So like, maybe the water at its source was good, but then going through the pipes, it gets contaminated.
Something, I don't
And
know.
so that's
even the faucet in the Airbnb that we were
even the
in,
faucet. So there are lots of levels to it. So I try to be careful about the water. I've just accepted that while we're here, my stomach is going to hurt, which it has quite a bit.
You're also, yeah, like even some of the foods and different things, just because you don't have like the meat that you're used to, and like you don't drink any dairy because it's disrupting your stomach.
Milk hurts my stomach. Raw milk is where it's at from grass-fed cows.
We like the raw milk. So he's continuing to try the water at every place we go to, and so he's not given up on Swedish tap water. I will say though that me and the kids have been fine on it for the most part. There are some places where it tastes better or tastes less. Wait, how do I say that?
Less good.
Less good. Worse. But yeah, for the most part, we've been okay. So it's definitely, this guy's body is like freaking out about something for sure.
I've got issues,
but it's okay. We've figured it out. Like actually, yeah, you the first couple of weeks you were kind of freaking out. You were like, what are we gonna do? We're here for 3 months, and
my body has just hurt for
Yeah, you were just like, So you. You're feeling better now.
As much as generally in the States there are more toxins, and that is true, and then there are fewer toxins in Sweden. I have already figured out my sources in America, and so I'm able to find cleaner things that my body works well with, whereas I don't know the sources here.
I think that's it too, is that like we don't know where to go. Like we get a lot of our stuff from farmers as we travel around, and we love that because there's not as many middlemen to go through, there's not as much processing and kind of stuff like that. And so like we don't know where to go to get that kind of stuff.
Well, and we don't have a car, so we can't drive out to the farm, so we just have to rely on the store.
But I will say, oh my gosh, the fruits and vegetables here are incredible. They're so good, and we have just been loving them. Like,
yeah, Kaisa especially,
so
she's like, I want a paprika. Yeah, you little röda. And then she just eats it like an apple. Yeah. And then, she has like a gherkin in one hand and a paprika in the other,
And a little bit of the vegetable salt thing.
Oh yeah, the earth salt.
Or the other earth salt, yeah. So good. So good. And the fruit, the strawberries, so good.
So rich.
Oh my gosh. We get like a package of strawberries every time we can. We really want to go strawberry picking, but I think, we may have missed that. We did get to pick some blackberries though.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then we'll just be walking along the street and there's blackberries.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, we went to a CrossFit gym with some friends, and there were just like there were raspberries on the side of the road. So we just like ate some as we were waiting for the bus. It was great.
Yeah. Okay. Anime Girl 83 says, would you ever consider living in Sweden permanently? We have considered that actually, because we've really, really loved it. At the very least, having a summer home. But here is the catch, at least for me, is that homeschooling is not allowed here. And for me, that is a big...
really important for you.
Yeah, it's a deal breaker for me. I love homeschooling. My kids love homeschooling. And while I actually don't know very much about the Swedish public school system. I'm sure that it does great for the country, but I am, at least like with the American schooling public system, I really dislike it. I really don't like a lot of the things that they do about it. But also I really loved the catered and free type of schooling that we have with our kids as we travel around. And they've just been talking to, like, a lot of people talk about, I saw this video about Stockholm, or I saw this video about Gotland, and it's like, I got to go there. I got to experience it. Like, we learned that, like, on Gotland, there's no natural predators, which is wild to me, but, like, we got to experience that.
I think you said they have, like, foxes, but there are no wolves or bears
foxes.
Or whatever, yeah.
And so, anyway, it just is, there's just so much that I love about homeschooling, and we've been doing it since Thomas was like school age. So what, 8 years?
Yeah.
Gosh, that's weird. I remember when we were first starting and I was freaking out, but I could not give up homeschooling. And so for that reason, I don't think we could live here full time, but
we've considered, like we said, having a summer, like a sommarstuga in,
or just a home that we can come to whenever we want,
Right. Yeah. We can come to whenever we want. I also have a brother who served his mission here in Sweden. And so he's interested in maybe going in on that with us. And then, we do like a timeshare thing together or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, we've got to find some way to like easily come back to Sweden. We love it here.
We love it, yeah. And fun fact, his brother, who also retained the language, taught his children Swedish. And then his wife also got to serve a mission, a Spanish-speaking mission. And so she speaks Spanish to the kids, and they talk English they speak English as a family. So their kids know 3 languages, which I think is just incredible.
Or 3 for you Swedes.
3. But it's quite funny to hear them talk, because they'll do a sentence that has Swedish and English and Spanish.
Yeah.
So it's quite fun.
Está bra.
IKEA has dammsugare and other stuff stateside. Yes, it does.
But Casey, the dammsugare and IKEA are like the cheap garbage stuff.
Yes, we like the stuff from the bakery.
In Sweden, you can get it from the bakery, which may or may not be the same ingredients, but at least they're bigger, you know? Man, but they're tasty here.
Okay, Echo videos talking about the water. I drink over 2 liters of tap water every day. Maybe we have to clean the water in Sweden. We have a lot of caulk in our water, but we are used to it. Okay.
Is caulk like chalk?
Like chalk?
I don't know that word.
Yeah.
The watermelons in Sweden can't compare to the US. Yeah, they're not quite as sweet, huh?
Agreed. Watermelon here. Yeah.
I don't know what caulk is in English either.
Oh.
That's okay.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. No, he said I don't know what that is. Yeah.
But as far as like living in Sweden too, so something else that would preclude us from living here permanently is that I really want land, because I mean, like we talked about, my body's so sensitive to food and water, etc., that it's really important for us to have control over the source of our food. And it's difficult unless you live in the right area that has lots of farmers to get good stuff. So we just decided that we want to have our own, and I think it would be fun to have a farm. So we are like a ranch type thing. So we want to start off maybe on the simpler side of animals, like, you know, some sheep, chickens, and cows. But I'd like to have bison eventually. I prefer bison meat to cow meat.
A cow is one of the hard animals.
Okay.
A bison is ridiculous.
No, a bison is awesome, man. Wouldn't that be tight? Anyway, so I want to have some bison, and then which also has the word bison in it. And then we also want to have ostriches. I think that'd be tight.
Okay, this is a him thing. I do not want bison.
I'm gonna be raising
or
them.
Ostriches.
You can stay inside.
Ostriches are vicious birds, man.
Yeah, but you can just not die by them, you know?
Oh my God.
Anyway, so we want to have ostriches. And then our son Magnus, he told us that his spirit animal is the pig. So he's like, we've got to have a baby pig, okay? And so anyway, he has to raise a baby pig, and then we decided that we would name it Chris Purnell Bacon, so that we could call it Chris P. Bacon. We're pretty happy about that. So we'll raise pigs.
Is this a pig that will
we're gonna
stay alive?
No, we're gonna eat that mother. I mean, maybe it'll have babies, and then we'll eat its babies.
Okay,
but
okay.
Need some good bacon, you know, some pork butt. So yeah, I'd like to have some sort of a farm, and then also, you know, it's something to teach our kids to work with the land, to be close to the land. I really like that, and I think that it would be harder to get a farm here in Sweden.
Well, I don't even know if we can technically own land here.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
If any of you, seriously, because we would really love to purchase a property here, and we'd love if it had land, but I don't know the legalities of that. I have no idea how to even start researching if Americans can purchase Swedish property and how to own that and what that even looks like. Do we have to pay cash for it? Can we get a loan for it? What does that all look like? So if any of you have knowledge on that, please let us know, because we would love that.
Yeah. So anyway, that's mostly it's homeschooling and then being able to farm.
Yeah, well, and again, we could farm here, but I don't know if we could actually purchase the land.
Yeah,
so
don't know about it.
Whereas, and I don't know how expensive it would be here either compared, because it is just, well, I don't know, because with the conversion rate, haven't things been slightly expensive? It's almost the same.
No, it's pretty good conversion on our end, 1 to 10.
Is it on our end?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not coming to the States though, 10 to 1, not so
Yeah,
great.
that would be enough. Okay, someone said, oh, it's just minerals, limestone. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes, you can buy land, no problem. Mac, tell us how we do this.
That'd be awesome. I mean, I wondered if a foreign person purchasing land in a country, you know, are we starting a war?
No, no.
Obviously
well, and
not.
Sweden is great with immigrants, so
I think
we have a couple of friends well, two friends from what we made, anyway, but that Swede married American, and anyway, so a lot of Americans that we know live here is what I'm saying.
Oh, I was like, what does that have to do with land?
Just that.
I'm not tracking.
Just that the Swedish is great with the immigrants.
Yeah.
laws and
Sweden's
stuff
awesome
like
with
that.
immigrants.
Okay.
It looks like we got about 5 more minutes.
Yes.
Is there,
got 5 more
if there are any
minutes.
burning questions you all have,
Burning
stick them in there.
questions. Okay, I think we talked about
I think we
the
talked a
other
lot.
two. We did talk a lot. We were just talking about how nervous we were because I was like, but we're just inviting friends over for a conversation. And he's like, yeah, but they don't like respond. We have to read their response.
We're like talking at a camera, you know? It'd be nice if you were here with us.
I
That'd
know,
be nice.
we would love that so much. That would be so great.
Yeah. We play well with others,
For the most part,
except on buses.
except on, oh my God. Oh,
And stop pushing me off the dang bus when I got my kids here, man. Like
Okay.
there are some times we're trying to get off the bus and we've got our fat stroller, you know?
fat stroller.
And so I'm like trying to back my stroller out, and people are like sliding through to try to get off the bus real quick. I'm like, if you just waited 2 seconds, I'm gonna be off. What's your deal, man? But anyway, I mean, it works out. I've only had to hit a couple people
No hitting.
with the
We
stroller.
don't-
I mean,
We do not condone violence. But there's a lot of people that do wait. But there are some people that like they're probably just in their own world, I guess. I
they
don't
got
know.
their headphones in, you know.
But we didn't come back to the comment about how wild it is to see us out in the wild because we've got obviously 2 adults. We have 3 kids that are walking most of the time and 2 kids in a stroller, but sometimes they're not in the stroller because they decide they don't want to be in there. But it's a lot of us. And like I think we become more of a like sight because of our stroller, and like we've got the basket underneath is full, and then we've got like bags hanging off of it, you guys, because we have snacks that we're taking around, and like if we ever go shopping a little bit, like we hang it off the side of the bag.
We got ponds we got to take care of and whatnot.
Oh yes, we've been punting a lot, which is great.
I think that's fun. We use the punt, and
We
we
just
just always get it as contant, and then I just give it to the kids, you know.
Yeah, so that's been a lot of fun. We have a lot of Swedish coins, and we've gotten some bills from it as well because you drink a lot of water.
Yeah, we actually have some friends, and they're the parents' mom. Her mom, she drinks a lot of Pepsi or something, and so what she does is she saves it up, and then the grandkids can come and they can all go punt it and take it, and they end up with something like 700 crowns. You know, that's pretty awesome. They love it, of course.
Yep.
All right,
Okay,
we got some questions.
got more questions. Oh, you all have to start taking off your shoes at the house.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. Okay, we've been getting better at this. I promise. That is like such a bad habit, and I've caught it on a few of our vlogs, and it's like, ooh, like total cringe. I know, but it is not a thing in.
It's not typically a thing.
It's not typically a thing in the States. It's very personal. There are some people that have like a no shoes like thing in the house, but living in the RV, when we step outside and it's dirt outside, like. Unfortunately, we wear our shoes in our house all the time because the moment we go outside, we're either on like gravel and rock. Sometimes it's grass, and those are the great times.
But I mean,
like,
we're also only walking like 3 meters most in the RV, you know, so we're like going in and then coming out
yeah,
real quick.
but it's still, I still understand the concept and why
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do it and all the
Still,
germs and
it's
stuff.
a good habit. It really
It's still,
is.
and especially that we're using public transport. We really should make it. So anyway, I promise we're getting better at that. And even my little boys now will come in and they'll sit down, and first thing they do is take off their shoes.
But some people forget to put their shoes on the shoe rack.
Yeah, that would be him. He just kicks them off in the doorway.
Okay, it is mostly me.
Gosh. Okay. What do you think is the best thing about Sweden? That's from Patrick. That is a great question.
Det är ni. Klart. It's you guys. It's the people, man. We love the Swedish people.
Yep.
I mean, as much as there are some people like shoving to get by while we're getting off the bus, for the most part, people are helpful. And if we
So
ask for
helpful.
help, they're immediately helpful. Sometimes they offer they don't offer as much as they'll respond.
frequently, yeah. But if we ask for help, people are immediately.
And people are generally patient too, which is nice. Like we were standing in line to do something, and it was going to take a long time. And so I was like, "Hey, Chelsea, let's just step aside for a second so that the people can buy their stuff, and then we can get back in." Oh, we were exchanging money for coins.
Oh yes.
And it was going to take a while. And the cashier was just like, "Hey, you're in Sweden now. It's okay." And the people behind us, they weren't irritated. They're like, "We're just waiting in line. It's all good." And in America, man, if you take more than like 13 seconds, you know, Karen's tearing you down. And so that's not always true. But anyway, it's just nice that, like, as a general rule, you Swedes are just amazing. You're so helpful. I ask a lot of questions about the language. Like, I didn't know the difference between rutschkana or rutschbana, and because on the sign it said
The slides,
rutschbanana,
yeah.
but I've heard people say rutschkana, so I just asked some random dude, like, which one is it, man? And he didn't skip a beat. He just answered my question and taught me a few more things about the language. And so, I mean, you guys are just so helpful. You're so amazing. We love being around you. It's been a blast. Yeah.
Yeah, I think and I love that that's a great way that we've been able to start conversations with Swedes as well, is that he just asks, how do you say this in Swedish? And he'll ask it in Swedish, which is quite fun. But I feel like your language has expanded a ton as far as doing things right. And then there's also been things that you're like, I've been saying it this way for 15 years.
I've been saying it
and
wrong.
saying it wrong.
Yep.
So the more
Like,
we're here, the more we learn.
I used to say to the kids that they got, ni ska lägga tallrikarna på bordet, but you got to ta fram tallrikarna.
Come here, Daddy.
Hey, little boy. All right, it's about to get chaotic. I think the boys'
Yeah,
video is done.
boys are done.
We've only got like a minute and a half.
Catherine says, when I'm in America, I remember to keep my shoes on.
Good call. Spread the rocks and dirt.
And all the germs. Hi, Timmy.
Hey, little boy.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
You say hi to all our friends right here. They're on the camera.
Say hey, boy.
Hey, Pooh.
Okay, well, I think we're going to close that off at that, yeah? Yep, it is 12 o'clock. So, you guys, thank you so much. This was so much fun. We were kind of nervous, and so you guys have been so great. We've loved all of your questions. Let us know if you enjoyed this, and if you want to see more live stuff, we can totally work that into our schedule, because I think it's quite fun to have the immediate question asked and then answering it. So that is quite fun. And then oh dang it, there was one more thing I was going to ask for, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, oh, she says, thanks for the live. Enjoy the rest of the day. You as well. Thank you all so much for being here, and we will see you guys in our next vlog.
Ha det bra.
Bye.
Gott att ses.